Joe, and what do you know? Welcome to T's Multiverse. I'm your host, Tyrus, and man, I got a super episode coming your way today because we are going to look at the Super 7 Ultimates G.I. Joe action figures. Now, man, I tell you, this is my very first G.I. Joe, or no, this is my very first Super 7 Ultimates action figure review. Now, I have some other ones that are coming up as well that I'm really excited about, folks. So stay tuned for more Super 7 action figure reviews. But I really wanted to make this my first because it involves two of the most iconic characters in pop culture history. I mean, if you grew up in the 80s, you know who these characters are. You know who these characters are. I already have there's the shipper packaging and all that. I already got them out of the shipper packaging and everything. So pretty sure you guys seen other Super 7 reviews and all that. So I got them all out of that, folks. I really want to get to it. As you can see here, we have Duke here. You see the little dog tag and G.I. Joe on the front. You see the camouflage, kind of like metal type of I guess a chest or whatever this thing is. This is really nice. I mean, they put a lot into these packages, folks. So I really like what they did with that. So it's like kind of like a metal chest, and it has the weathering and everything to it. I like that. Again, you have Duke here, First Sergeant, and Super 7. And on the back, you have like the little metallic deco as well still. And then you have G.I. Joe. And then here you have Ultimates. And then here you have still the same thing, kind of like the metallic, kind of weathered metal chest. But this time you have Cobra on the front as opposed to G.I. Joe. Then we have Cobra Commander here. And you have, it says enemy leader. It's kind of hard to see because of metallic look, but enemy leader. And then here you have on the side, G.I. Joe Wave 1 Cobra 01. And then on the back, you got G.I. Joe. So some really nice packaging and everything. I like what they did with this here. Looks awesome. But what we want to look at is what's inside, right? Because that's where the fun begins. Because this is so cool, folks. Now, I will say this before I get this thing going, folks. If price is not a thing for you, and there's some individuals out there who price ain't nothing but a thing. So these figures are $54. I mean, so I've made no bones about it. I feel like they're really a little bit more expensive than they should be. However, I mean, it is what it is. We are where we are with these prices and everything. You do get a lot with these figures. And if you can get past the pricing, you're going to be treated to some really fun figures that represent what we all know and love from the 80s. And that's the thing that I'm embracing right now with these figures, is that they all represent what we know and love. And so if you get past the pricing, then you're good to go. All right, so now I'm going to open these things, man. We're going to like together, we're going to take a look at Duke and Cobra Commander. And here we are. Oh, I love it. I've been looking forward to this, folks. This has been a video that I've been really looking forward to. Been pushing to get to, folks. It's just been so, time has just like not been on my side. But I'm happy to be doing this video, man. This is just so much fun. I really wanted for this to be my very first Super 7, action figure review. Now, I reviewed the Thunder Tank. That was a vehicle. And huge shout out to everybody that watched that video. I had so much fun with that Thunder Tank review. If you have not watched it, check it out, folks. I mean, I had a blast with that thing. So thanks to everybody that tuned in and that will be tuning in. But we got Duke and Cobra Commander here, and just want to show off my main man, Duke. This is why I wanted to do this Super 7 review. I wanted to make this my first because of this guy right here. He represents the Mount Rushmore of 80s superheroes. There's some people out there feel like Flint was the real leader. Nah. This was the leader of G.I. Joe, man. This is the guy they had to bring back from the dead because they knew fans would be pissed off if he died in the movie. So, I mean, this is the guy that represents like the heroes of the 80s, I feel. This is the guy. You got Optimus Prime, you got Duke, you have Lionel, you got He-Man. Those are the guys, and this looks so awesome, folks. Look at all the accessories. Really represents what we saw in the animated series. And that was the thing, man. You had the figures back in the day, but they didn't look like what we saw in the animated series. And that was the big thing. So we got that. Man, this is just so awesome. So we have the classic image of that opening scene in the G.I. Joe movie, man. That's like one of the greatest opening scenes ever of all time. You got more images from the movie. You got the little control station here that we know and love from the G.I. Joe cartoon. Got the Cobra emblem here on the map. Then here we got more images here of Duke here leading the crew, more iconic images from the opening scene of G.I. Joe. Here we got Duke here. We got this little bio, which is awesome. I'm glad that they Super 7 kept that in. That's the one thing that Classified is missing is the bios. Like they have not been able to nail that, but here Super 7 was able to do it. And I'm happy and I appreciate that. So we got Duke's full bio here on the back. We got the classic image of Duke from the very first episode of G.I. Joe. I remember this scene right here. And then, so we got Duke here. And then we have Cobra Commander or Cobra. You got Cobra Commander with all of his accessories. Really excited about this, folks. And a lot of things harkens back to the old Atari days from when there was advertising Cobra Commander in the old G.I. Joe days. And here on the back, we got more Cobra. And then more images from Cobra Commander from the animated series. You got their control station with the maps and the sonar images and everything. We have another image of Cobra Commander here. Oh, got another image of Cobra Commander from the animated series as well. So I love how they are kneeling into the animated series with the images on the back. That really taps into the nostalgia of these figures, folks. So really excited, folks. I'm going to stop babbling. We're going to get these things out of the packaging because I've been ready to get these things out for some time. So we're going to take a closer look at Duke and Cobra Commander. Let's get to it. Yo, Joe. Wow. That's all I was to say. Just wow, man. This is the Duke that I've wanted for what seems forever. I mean, this is it, folks. This is the Duke here. I'm gonna get to it because he got so much that he comes with. That's the one thing with Super 7. You get a lot. You get 15,000 hands, but you get some other stuff that's really cool, folks. He has 4 sets of swappable hands. So we have these hands here that are pretty cool. Some kind of semi-open hands. I think he's giving a thumbs up here as well with this one. So we have this here. And then we have these swappable hands as well. All right, so we got this. I think this is another thumbs up hand. It's another kind of trigger weapon hand as well. So we got that. And then we have one more set of swappable hands. This is more of a karate chopping hand here. Karate chop a Cobra Trooper, a Cobra Commander, or Serpentor. Maybe we'll get Serpentor at some point. And this is maybe like a finger pointing hand, like a Yo Joe and let's go team type of a hand. We're number 1, so we got that for Duke. So we got all of those swappable hands. All right, up next we have the 3 sets of swappable heads. We have this one here, which is the standard head, and then we have this here, which is one that has the little communication device on the side. That's a nice touch. And again, I love the sculpted detail of the face. Nice animated look for Duke. Nice sculpted detail here in the cheek areas. We got nice color with the hair and everything. If I'm getting that, make sure I get that right on here. But yeah, nice detail overall with the head. I like this. I like what they did with the face sculpt. It's super animated. I like what they did. So I like the versatility that they give you with these. I mean, if you want him to act like he's talking to G.I. Joe communications from afar, you got that. And then you have the screaming Yo Joe head. This is the one that I might be using. I like this here. This is him going, Yo Joe. This is cool. Again, we got the classic blonde hair and everything. We got the screaming face. He's determined. He's ready to take down Cobra, Serpentor, Cobra Commander, whoever stands in Joe's way, man. He's ready to take the lead, man. So I love it. Nice head sculpt there. So we got the swappable, 3 sets of swappable heads. We has this helmet here, which harkens back to the old school G.I. Joe that we had back in the day with the, I guess, 3-inch figures. He came with the helmet and everything. So this is pretty nice. So this harkens back to that. Let's test that out on him right now. So you just place this there. And then you have classic Duke from like the old G.I. Joe line that I grew up on from back in the 80s. So that's what he had. His head is a bit loose. I kind of noticed that. So we got that. And then up next we have binoculars because Duke has to spy on Cobra. So, we got to use these binoculars to see what they're doing. So this is really cool. Again, this is another nice accessory to add to this iconic character. So I like that. So I have binoculars. And then up next, we have the communications device, the little walkie-talkie here. Really nice detail. Has like 802. I guess that's the time or the frequency. I'm not sure what this is. Yeah, so this is nice, folks. This is a nice, accessory yet again that they're adding to this G.I. Joe figure, man. I love this, folks. So we have the communications device here, the walkie-talkie. And then up next, we got some weapons. All right. So we got, first and foremost, what I like and what I appreciate is that we got the classic cartoon Sunbow animated series G.I. Joe weapon. So this is the weapon that all the Joes utilize throughout the animated series. So I like that. I was looking forward to getting this because this is what I'll be using with Duke here. I really like this, man. Nice detail, all decked out in that all gray color. So I like that, man. So this is really cool. So we got that. And then up next, we have a throwback to what we had from Duke from back in the day. So this harkens back to the Duke that was released back in the day with the original line. So this will go with the helmet right here. So if you're gonna wear the helmet, you gotta have them rocking this gun here. So this is cool, decked out in the light green paint deco. I like the fact that they're giving you two options. If you want to go Sunbow animated Duke, or you can go classic, release of Duke from way back in the day, in the 80s, 82, I think 83 when he was released. So this is really cool, man. I like this. This is really nice. I like what they did with this rifle. Nice detail, nice design, all decked out in this light green. So we have that. And the last accessory that he has is his backpack. You gotta have a backpack if you're a G.I. Joe, which is really cool. He has the big old shovel here. I love the tan color for the backpack. It's like a light, super light tan and everything. I like that. And I see he has his little, I guess this is his tent, is his sleeping gear and everything that he has. Got all the pouches here that has some stuff in it, I'm pretty sure, for when he's going out on missions or camping trips. And then here, what I really like is the fact that, G.I. Joes are known for, they're pegging the backpacks to the figure. But this one here, it's like, it has little things that you just slide the figure into. So I like that. It has the straps. So I'm coming out with word straps. Duke is super tight, folks. So I don't know. I'm going to have to maybe heat him up or whatever, but you would just slide this onto his arm as you would in real life, and it acts like a normal backpack, but I like the fact that they have the straps as opposed to the peg for the back. So I like that look. But yeah, this is how you would do it. So I like that, folks. So this is pretty cool. So he comes with a number of cool accessories, man. I am so happy with this Duke already, folks. We can stop right here and I'm cool, but we gotta get the rest of the review done. So, but yeah, man, I'm so happy with this dude. So one more thing I wanted to touch upon for this Duke is the fact that when you open up the packaging, he comes inside this burst, which harkens back to what we had or what we know the G.I. Joe of. So this is cool. If you want to keep this burst and place them behind it, this works well for photography, action figure photography, So I think I'm gonna use this as well, man. This is pretty cool. So I like this here. If I can get him to stand, he was standing fine, folks. He doesn't have any issues standing. It's just, there we go. All right, so yeah, this is pretty cool. So you can have him with this behind him with the little burst, and all harkens back to what we had back in the day. So I appreciate them doing that. I look forward to seeing what Cobra Commander has behind him. But we have the burst. I'm pretty sure he's going to have maybe the burst as well. So that's pretty cool. All right, now that we've taken a look at the accessories, let's take a closer look at Sergeant Duke here, man, because this is what been wanting to get down to. His head comes off easily. It was really loose. So let me see if I can push it down a little bit more. I think it was really loose. So, yeah, there we go. All right. So, yeah, so we got Duke here, man. And this guy looks fantastic. This is what I wanted. This is the Duke I wanted. I can't say enough. The colors, everything harken back to what we had back in the day. And that's the beauty of these Super 7 figures, folks. And that's the one thing that the old action figures did not give us. They look cool from back in the day for us, but they didn't look like the animated cartoon characters that we watched every day after school. So I like that. So this looks like Duke, man, from top to bottom. I love how they handled the boots here. Like nice clunky animated boots, the colors and everything. Nice green paint deco for the pants. Nice yellow belt buckle. Got the yellow around here, the buckle here. Got the classic, kind of like a utility belt strap across the chest. I love how they handled the eagle. That's the G.I. Joe, kind of like G.I. Joe eagle, whatever. I like that, man. This looks really good, folks. I mean, I really like what they did with him. Face sculpt looks fantastic. I love how they handled the cheek areas, added nice definition to that. Love how they did that. Nice determined look that he has on his face. I love the scowl that he has. Nice determined look. I love it, man. Loves how they handle the eyes. Everything really comes together for this G.I. Joe character. The hair looks great. Nice hair that they've sculpted with Duke here. Has the classic blonde paint deco here to him. So overall, man, this guy looks phenomenal. I'm happy with how he looks, man. Now, in terms of articulation, you know, Super 7 figures are a little limited. I mean, what you're getting these figures for the overall aesthetic. This is where they are superior. You know, they capture what we all know and love from the 80s, folks. And that's something that the other brands have not been able to do, or they don't even try to do. But this is where the Super 7 brand shines. You know, they're not known for the articulation, not like a Masterverse or Marvel Legends or even a McFarlane. His arms are super tight, folks. I don't want to push it too much. So he can go out to about like this. I apologize if this is not enough for you all, but I just do not want to break this guy. I tell you, man, I don't want to break him. So he can go out like this. He's a bit tight. He does have bicep swivel, which is really cool. Single jointed elbows, nice extension, pretty decent extension with the elbow areas. He does have that forearm swivel, which is cool. Nice articulation in the wrist area. Really nice articulation in the wrist area. Go out and got to look up and down here, which is really good. He does have waist swivel, which is nice and go all the way around with no problem at all. He does have this ab crunch here, but it can only go down so much. He can go down about like this here, but he can go all the way down with the legs and everything to here, which is pretty cool. And he does have nice articulation in the head, even though his head is very loose. My figure, the head is just super loose. It's like kind of like a bobblehead, but he can go all the way around. He can look down a bit, not too much. He can look up a little bit. So articulation in the head is a very limited. It seems like it shouldn't be, but it is. And then the leg areas, he can go all the way out like this. He can almost do the splits. And I don't know if he just needs to be heated up. But yeah, look at that. Wow. All right. In terms of the knee, he can only go back so far to here. All right. And he has nice boot swivel, which I like. And I love these boots. These are just harkens back to the old animated series, man. I love that. Nice articulation in the foot area and some rocking back and forth. So overall articulation, not the greatest, but you're getting them for what they provide aesthetically, and this is where they shine. So you get enough, folks. I'm happy with this Duke figure, folks. He does. I love the watch. Wanted to touch upon the watch area, and he had the watch. They did a good job capturing the watch. Nice detail on that. But all right, folks, here it is. I swapped out Duke's hand for a more fisted one. I've equipped him with his classic Sunbolt animated series rifle. Oh, I swapped out his head for a more yelling one because Duke, he's ready for action. He's assembled the troops. He's giving his speech. He's getting ready to take down Cobra at any cost. Serpentor, Cobra Commander, Deathstroke, Baroness, the Dreadnoks. Bring it on. G.I. Joe is there. All that's left to do now, y'all, we got to sound off the battle cry. Let's get to it. Let's go. Yo, Joe.